Bills Focus is presented by Atwall Eye Care, the official LASIK provider of the Buffalo Bills.
It's that time of year again. Football is back as the Bills are headed to training camp later this week. And there's a familiar theme to Bills training camp as there is once again a quarterback competition. Chris Brown along with John Murphy. And Murph, this three-man quarterback battle is going to dominate the headlines at St. John Fisher this summer.
Yeah, get ready for that, Chris. There's no doubt about it. Matt Castle, E.J. Manuel, and Tyrod Taylor will all begin to battle for the right to be under center when the Bills open up the season in September. And every snap during this training camp, every decision they make will be closely scrutinized by the coaching staff and those looking on at practice from the sidelines, and especially when we get to the preseason games. But one thing Rex Ryan and his assistant coaches are not going to do is rush into any decision on who the starting quarterback will be.
I think the number one thing is to pick the right guy. You know, we have some right guys, but the right guy might be in the number one spot, the two spot, whatever the case may be. But that's the number one thing. So, you know, is time on our side a little bit? Yes, it is. In an ideal world, would you already have your quarterback name by now? Yeah, that's an ideal situation. But you know what? We're not there. We're in an ideal situation to have competition at that spot, and I welcome it.
On defense, the situation is considerably more stable with 10 starters due back on the fourth-ranked defense from last season and just a strong safety role to fill with some quality candidates vying for that job. The most interesting of which is Corey Graham, who is making the transition from cornerback to that safety position.
I can play corner, I can play safety. But right now, to be honest with you, I want to focus on safety. I want to try to really learn it and see where it goes, see how much I grasp it, see how I'm playing at it, see where it can take me. You know, when you get older in your career, sometimes you move to different positions. So I look forward to it. It's a challenge for me, but I'm very excited about it.
Well, the first week of training camp, we'll get a better idea of how some key performers are coming off injury. Some guys who were close to coming back during the offseason workouts. Stephon Gilmore, Sammy Watkins, Aaron Williams are all expected to be participating in some capacity when the practices begin on Friday morning.
I'm full go at camp. Okay. I feel good now. So just trying to be smart and trying to do whatever I can now so it can help me in the long run.
I'm feeling pretty good. Just got to get the time with the quarterbacks and get back used to competing with the guys.
Rex Ryan's first training camp with the Bills is sure to be an entertaining one at St. John Fisher, especially with the Cleveland Browns coming to town for a few joint practices before their preseason game together. But Ryan says the team will be getting physical long before the Browns arrive.
There's only one way to really get ready for, you know, the NFL game day, and that's to get after it. And we'll probably be more physical with our own guys as we will, some of the other games. We'll be getting some game reps, against each other.
Murph, this will also be the first training camp for the Pegulas, and it'll be very interesting to see just how much they make their presence felt on campus at St. John Fisher.
Yeah, you tend to forget since they've really owned the team since last October, but this is their first training camp. I had a conversation with Kim Pegula a couple of weeks ago, and I tried to a little bit explain to her how this is really grassroots football. This is really, I think, the NFL at its best level, with the interaction between fans and players and the proximity to the workouts. I don't think it get much better than the proximity and closeness you get at training camp.
And our wall-to-wall coverage of training camp will begin on Wednesday when players can voluntarily report. Thursday is the official mandatory report day before the team hits the practice field on Friday morning. For John Murphy, I'm Chris Brown for Bills Focus, presented by Atwall Eye Care.